Diaries of a Spaceport Janitor is an adventure game developed by Sundae Month and published by tinyBuild. This is one of those games that you either love it or you hate it. And I'm in the latter category, unfortunately, because this is one of those games where you have to repeat mundane tasks over and over and over with very little variation. You start off the game and your objective every single day is to find trash, incinerate it or keep it, to find food, and to change genders, because otherwise the screen starts having some kind of very weird glitches, let's call them, and you are forced to change genders. That's it. And there is a story that's incredibly weak and uninteresting, where you find yourself one day in a dungeon and while you're there you get cursed, and there is this giant little floating skull that's following you every single time after that. So you have to find a way to cure yourself from this curse. But the actual quest system is not all that engaging and pretty weak, because exploring the entire map and trying to find who you have to talk to is hard. It's very hard because the camera isn't all that intuitive, there isn't a map that you can use to know where you have to be, know where you actually are, and the only way that you can navigate relatively easily that helps you is by looking at arrows of different colors on the street. So if it's a red arrow, that leads you to the red district. The yellow one brings you to your house where you can sleep and you can pray to improve your luck. And honestly, this is just a boring game. If you like games like No Man's Sky and Minecraft, games where you have to do the same thing over and over, this is the game for you. But if you're like me who wants a little something more different, more varied, especially while playing, having something more engaging, you're not going to enjoy yourself. And I found this game to be also pretty weak compared to the other ones, because it doesn't control particularly great, it's not very intuitive, and the lack of an actual tutorial that tells you how to do certain things, you just have to discover them for yourself, but not in an intuitive manner. And you don't need to have big text that says this is how everything works, but maybe something, because it's not all that intuitive at all. And it led to some very frustrating things, and also the entire luck thing, having to buy food which costs a fortune unless you go to buy some cheap shit somewhere. It's just... I was bored. I'm sorry, that's the honest truth. And if you like this type of game, I repeat, if you like it, that's fine and you're going to love this one. But if you want something a little bit more different, this is not one of the best examples of the genre, and it's not particularly entertaining. So, the world is pretty cool, the concept is interesting, but the execution is pretty weak. If you like repetitive tasks, buy this game, absolutely, have fun with it. If you don't, just skip this one altogether. But still, guys, have you heard of Diaries of a Spaceport Janitor? Do you want to play it, and do you like repetitive games with repetitive tasks? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.